Good evening. Welcome to the final show of Quiet Voices and to the beginning of The Truth Don't Hurt. It burns. We're going to start out right out of the gate. For we need to understand something in this world that we live in, and the way it seems to be falling apart is only oblivious to the people who are living in oblivion. We have continued to fight against ourselves and amongst ourselves when the battle that should be being fought is the one that's internal. We can't fight against machinery. We can't fight against ignorance. We can't fight against hate. We can't fight against the teachings and the belief systems and the whole system for that matter. But the fight we can fight against is against the fight that's within us. The fight that we continually choose to do something knowing the outcome of what we're doing has an adverse effect on our life almost immediately, and then not understanding that immediate effect also affects us karmically throughout the frequency of the planet. And when we start realizing that the pain we cause ourselves carries on and carries into the public realm of things, if you will, or into society, and whether we know it or not, or whether you even care or not, it's irrelevant, but it does happen, and it affects people many generations, if you will, down the road even. And we have to stop placing ourselves in all this being in this delusional state, living under an illusion with nothing but confusion. And like I've said before, book upon book upon book upon writings, and there's more, is these were handed down to me to pass on to you. And as I'm passing them on to you, you have to understand the only reason why these were handed down to me is because of the suffering that I personally endured, which incurred on me for a period of approximately 6 years. There was a time in 2019 that I got so sick that I lost almost 30 pounds of my physical matter and pretty much was on my deathbed in all respects. And there was a point in time there at the end, after literally 12 days of sickness, but 3 days of total darkness, of shivering and fever and shivering and fever, and laying there and by myself. After a certain amount of time, I felt like I had to go to the bathroom. And when I went into the bathroom, I had a big long mirror on my wall. And when I passed that mirror, I looked in the mirror, and what I had witnessed was death. And it was a scary sight for myself to see. However, I wasn't dead, obviously, because I was walking by the mirror. However, I couldn't figure out what happened to me. It wasn't a flu. It wasn't any type of normal sickness. It was something that changed me. And it not only changed me physically, it it changed me in more ways than I can possibly probably explain. However, after realizing a few things, I had witnessed in my soul being of my in depths that I never knew existed within me, that the compassion and care, it didn't exist in the world anymore. No one cared about anybody. No one gave compassion to anybody. There was this separation, this line drawn where very few people had this compassion and care still within them, but the amount of hate and disgust in the other side, these people couldn't even get a word in edgewise, or even not even that, couldn't even express how they feel. And if we can't express how we feel, and if we can't express that feeling to somebody else that has no feeling for that to be expressed to, then it's null and void of itself. And that's what I came to understand. And after a certain duration, some other things had happened. And anyway, I ended up coming to a place of complete separation from everything, and went through some ordeals that apparently a lot of society knows about me, that I didn't realize that they knew what happened to me. But there's a lot of people that have stuck up for me, and there's a lot of people that have had very strong emotions for what happened to me, the way it was done to me. And again, I did rise. You see me. I'm here. I'm good. I love each and every one of you that try to defend me as a person, or me as whatever you see me as. However, I'm only asking this tonight to just try to erase your anger that you have towards those people, or towards those entities, or towards those things, or towards that one person or that group of people, or anything that was involved in that so-called trying to destroy me. I'm going to paint the picture clear right now. These people, or the efforts that they put in, have had nothing to do with me coming to this position. They may have tried to display to you all that they had something to do with me coming up, or ascending, or blowing up, or all these words that they have. But I'll tell you right now, they didn't have shit all to do with it. And I'll say that once again, crystal clear. They literally had nothing to do with my current state of being. My current state of being is a blessing by grace and mercy and forgiveness and love and patience from something that clearly we can't see, but it should be seen everywhere. And it is seen everywhere, even though it is clearly unseen. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you according to these people that sit there and say they tried doing this to me, they tried doing this to me, and blah, blah, blah. Again, zero credit. They get zero credit for any of this. Zero. And I hope that is a crystal clear painting and a crystal clear delivery of the only way that you can come to this is not by being broke down by other people, or being torn apart, or having things cast upon you, or blaming other entities, or whatever you want to call it, to become something that you want to become. If you want to become different, if you want to change your life, if you want to be a better person, if you want to understand faith, truth, and love, then you have to understand that that can't come from a bad place. It can never come from a bad place. Those things can only come from a good place. And like I've stated before, nothing bad can come from good. Only good can come from good. And if you don't understand that, then you have some work to do. But again, I think most people understand simple English, or the simple translation of English of goodness. So once again, I give zero credit to any kind of evil cast in my way, or evil done upon me, or hate guided my direction, or separations that happened to me towards any people that hurt me, or any group of people that hurt me, or any individual that hurt me. We all got to meet our maker sooner or later. And if we can't make ourselves into who we're meant to be made into, then it doesn't matter. But we all have a choice to make the right decision based on a will that's not your own. And that will has to be of a good nature and a nurturing aspect of love and care for yourself. When you care for you first, and when you love yourself first, then everything around you becomes that, no matter what. Even though there will be separation, even though there's things that come apart from understanding these things, the realization you get in the end of it all is that you are becoming better. And when you become better, then anything around you becomes better. And whatever you want to manifest, hopefully you don't think the manifestation stuff is for monetary gain, because again, monetary gain is coming to an end. Maybe not in my lifetime, but again, we have children, we have nieces and nephews, we have grandchildren, and we have people that are younger that are coming into this world every day. And the evil upon this place is trying to put its foothold in by taking credit and acting like it has authority over us. That rule is over with. And I'm going to read things tonight that prove that that's over with, whether they want to believe it or not. The more we keep believing in ourselves, and the more we keep giving ourselves the credit that's due to ourselves, that credit and that belief and that knowledge and that information that you'll gain will literally change your life for you. And like I said, if you decide to change your life for the better, without going to some psychiatrist, without listening to some dude standing on a stage, or listening to some 12-step program, or whatever it is, you don't need those things to make yourself better. I'm not saying you should stop doing what you're doing. I'm saying you should gradually come into your own. And coming into your own means understanding who you are, and understanding that the reason why you've been doing all these things is because it's been pre-pressed upon you since your birth, since you were a little kid, when you were just innocent and had no defense mechanisms to stick up for yourself, and had people above you telling you how to behave or telling you how to become, when they had nothing of a good nature or a good nurturing societal gift, if you will. So it's not their fault. And again, you come to this place, and I said it the other night, and I'm going to say it again, we can't cast fault and blame upon people when their own ignorance is the reason why you're in your situation. But if you discover your own intelligence, and not based on your emotional reaction of things, or your intellect that was taught to you by people that try to teach you things, and it comes from inside, you'll become anew. And this is the process of finding yourself. And once you find yourself, then you can start to know yourself. And once you start to know yourself, then you'll be known. I hope that helped. And I'm going to get into some readings now. And again, this is how it comes down. You see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's straight out the grip. From the end of the pencil or end of the pen to the paper of divine words, if you will. Believe it or not, once again, it's irrelevant to me. I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you do believe me. I'm just going to read to you what was given to me to read to you. And I hope that's clear enough. And this is called Fill a Light for Us to Be. By light, bestowed gifts, released her devotion, so let loose amongst her sweet breath. By light, behold, the root of an aeon, wisdom to the listener. Of Father's word is speech is hidden, and Mother's voice comes through the Son of Light. By mouth he made it, by lips he kissed you. Mental adaptority recurs of the child of rectitude. In time of the vexed chapters, the free dumb foundness, the following of conciliate with one another is to be of one's true one in its own work compunctual. In that nature, know each other is cited as directed, and all are condignly. Come together, and here lies what was a sister and a brother conceptualizes with so be found. Out of me be one in concert, full of contrition and contributions until filled, and rent no more with evildoers bending behind curtains on words play. Put forward passions from quiet places in order to bring forth a passive resistance against false half-truths. Step up steadily in strength and in fortitude, and set aside blatant blame and fault-finding. Instead, find blame and fault amongst the blatant ones. This epoch of Parvenus and Parvenu is an overdue aeon in its time, and is reserved for the last ones that before every generation have been. And being their servant, ages upon ages, has this not been our state of enslavement? Time is not, time after time, have not the passive been so stupefied in unmindful thoughts? Year after year to year has not held yield for all in those who have sowed for gains. Day by day, though thou goest by, yet none, not one, are let their bygones be bygones. And there so in we sit down. Now at last to the hour, and to the so in the minute, even all the way down to the last second. For the 12th hour of the 7th generation's clock has struck, and it's ticked and talked away into an abysmal, ignorant existence of parasitic lies. As contradiction strikes, so does their fruit. Amongst and hewn in their trees are stunted the growth, and let dig up their trees. Let's take down their groves. Let's filter their seeds until end. Let it also wither away their words, their whoos of change, their breath, the way they share the light is in darkness. It is time to bring life anew, a breath of fresh air. While light bright shine, which is the gnosis of love, over their darkness, which is the ignorance of faith, fades away. While light purifies, by fire reveals truth, and thine there in the darkness darkens, on fire seals tombs. Blind shadows sway, and while light heals all, bring forth the heart and the minds of the sons in the songs closer unto their other darknesses in the dark, being in error of blindness, and deafened are fallen, forever being astray. Behold and be not. Verily, for those who choose opposite of error, our Father, that is love and true, has broke through me, so heaven's gate may be opened for you. Do you not desire rest? Come then, the kingdom awaits the one who has long held the key. Use this first key and break free from the belief that houses freedoms which is given, which is your dwelling, which is not rightfully yours for wrongness, wrongdoings, or wrongful following their beliefs. And by wrongdoers has this belief been put into place. By doing so, they have held humanity hostage, which by its own definition declares you not to be free. And so with this first key, which you now hold and own, that you must protect it with all your life's essence, and you may use it to open the door of a new way to have faith. Because in this way, it will be easier for you to discover the other belief systems that have held you similarly held over you, but hold true to your own heart that even though you hold this key, this is merely the beginning of old ends. This is the easiest key to attain, yet also being the key hardest to find. Furthermore, being the key mostly misplaced and or lost, be mindful while searching for it. For seeking these other burdens may prove difficult if one has not a true understanding of what it is that one is looking for, but for now relishes in the achievement of realizing what has been accomplished. Because, though having found yourself a way to escape the placers of this bond, be well aware there are places that are hidden still, bound in crevices that are in a way aloft. And then after then, a time has passed that does differ. For the individual, rather each individual must be grateful and should praise total appreciation towards the one, who thee not know yet, but will know as long as ye keep on moving along the path of light and refuse to wander back into the darkness. For this reason have this belief, to know that the fool exists begs the wise to find what he resists. Now the real work begins, and on the beginning of it is the now of something new. Now the countdown starts. Now is the new, when now is before all ways that were before. Time will always be out on time because of being a being who is in the now of existence. One should note this, however, just because the discovery of who has had an invisible grasp of the freedom you once believed ye had, one is not entirely free. This is called the acume pillar of salt, as by a lustful pillory. And only after this, it begins to rain. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. What souls have passed among you unnoticed? Take what you may, but do with it a pinch of salt. The inner child of humanity, always good he once was, but now he is lost. If like the salt of the earth is he. How thine eye hear things thine was once saw. Everyone will be salted with fire. The truth of souls will cry out from within, and in today's sickness, salt is mammon. It is estimated at a 13 billion at market. And this fake salt is like everything consumed. Any human worth their salt should pay attention to the salt of others. If salt is consumed, be good unto it in all ways. But his wife from behind him looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. She has returned. Her soul has lusted after the salt's desire, and her genes of the salt represents purity, sincerity, divine wisdom, and perpetual covenant. The mineral sodium is the salt of the sea, not the salt versus the earth. The treasure. Where the mind is, there is the treasure. Where ye heart be, so lies its treasure. Where spirit and soul join, the treasure chest shall open. If blind is darkness, then what eyes of evil men must see? And do these men not show you sorely that ye must be able not to see, as well for the many? It's different not to notice the differences in the form that is good for all, and I will help a good man if that he is blind, I will help. A deaf man if he can't hear and is good, I will help. But I ask, does a good man exist? Do you think ye are one? Doesn't this sadden then? Doesn't this give us onto the blind to see the light? And he will not be able to open up with his own pair of eyes, and not even the one. And moreover are the ears of men who err by not listening to the little ones which feels. Instead, he relies on the pair as designed, yet can't any even hear me, let alone the Spirit. By himself, nay, to be in darkness it is to be, and it as to behold lies as belief is as to become. To believe and behave in like manner unto like matter alike, so as to not to walk in the light. For who does he fear? He may be seen. By his own self he has fallen prey to his very own ignorance, which in his infancy darknesses, and what is his unfortunate soul, such an unwanted place to be, alone. Inside be all, alone, outside, stupefied in this shadow. As it is standing naked in the darkness of the utter darknesses, in the middle of the world's pit. And all ye stand in the place where hard holy men has evilly placed us. In his state he has taken your destiny, as well as sealed thy fate. Woe unto the spirit, woe unto the soul. Pray a prayer, that for ye might hear my voice, for my voice comes from and came to you from once that wretched this place. For my voice will help all to see a new light, a light most do not hear, a light which does not blind the eyes, but fills the heart. A voice ye which hear it will see the truth of love and faith, and my Father and Mother, who is and is not, will shine his Christ-like knowledge of what is spoken. For this cross holds fast and holds true to know it is to behold and to be told. In all is this way, in all is this faith, in all is truth of gnosis. So by not belief, call in all of the love. All four by faith come, then receive. Only then can you give, and to give only. With no stance inward for gain, or to be waiting return, and I say verily, with no apologies of the first, nor upcoming, for that place will no longer be, and is already one. Existence or extinct, which it has to be. I tell all that none, not one man, can manifest good, nor the other man can materialize care. Neither here, neither there. Now hold near and hold hard that here and there are near, and hold hard times are held by either hand. For none good is not understood by those who know nothing of care. By command from our Savior, our Father of all, say ye that the word is to be followed, and doing the work of planting a seed of good and raising all Christ conscious to the height of all in all, thus resulting in the complete eradication of abusive stress, including across the entire plane of man, as to mind his heart in our actions, so as to cause the truth to appear in faith of the goodness of our Father and Mother, and feel deeply in love. And by retrospection, all will find this. All of the you who is without below, though above within, but because within is without, that is which is without within. So truly listen and hear my voice. I, all in gnosis and ignorance, bring back to me myself from the self. This place has placed me in a far away from warmth, and harm is in the bed with protection. Deceit is being delivered as science. Design is stolen of its creator. Lessons false in doctrine, lectured as past, present, future's lies. This place is no place where good can grow. This place is wrong, and we are all in these places. Let's not forget who has been the placers of this place. And woe, hearken, see, hear, hold on to, and hold my hand. Now is no not the time to cause this time. This place will know. In that there is no place for that place to be, not here, nor there, nor near, nor neither anywhere. For our faith finds truth, true in all, and all in truth, thus faith receives. Be so true that receiving separates believing, and by love, truth declares real love coming forth from the feeling of all good. This is the love from love, as is true nature in love. and in I, and in me, and in all, and in things, and in not things, always so in this place as all. Do you now see how good can grow? Also, do you not now how feel the lack it shows? Do you hear how far apart we are? And it has been this place and the evil placers who have done this countless acts of harm unto us, our father, our mother, the first, the last, and the foremost. It is time for a new harmony and unity. Darkness is to be de-energized, and light is to be shared, and intellect is to be emitted far. Then how far is too far? Or does a slice of self spread itself so thin? Look closely and tighten the mind. Behold and be told, lest be sold and left behind. Be so seeing the new one now knew the old. Or in the beginning, surely it is its own end. In its own end, does thouest know who ye then are to be? Does oneself then see what ye has become, and have felt what became of thee? Is this desired, or desired not by all in thee? Mark verse 10, chapter 10, verse 15. Verily, I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child, he shall not enter therein. 10:23. How hardly shall they that have riches enter into the kingdom of God? Then he saith unto them, children, how hard is it for them that trust in riches to enter into the kingdom of God? Mark 10:45. For even the Son came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. The latter of the three holds this truth. The Son, who be younger in aspect, is revealing the knowledge by letting it flow from him unto his children, who also be of the Son, though speaking from being one with God, who is that of the Father. Philippiety with a hold on to be pious in attitude. Faithless, therefore, no, I am spirit, around body, all and true. I am furthermore soul, abound in the body. And now being I am, and not I am, do tell all who think I am. Am I? Am I not body? Am I not mind? Am I not matter? Am I not manner? Am I not nature? Am I not ineffable? Am I not energy? Am I not force? Am I not movement? And am I not inertia? Am I not a moment? And I am not a memory? Am I not created? And am I not creation? Am I not conceived? Uprightness and unripened is the life's breath, unfortunately unfound and unhoused by its death. Please do tell, being the final act is Colin, he believing in sense taught what is the belief in the unfallen. So he who will plead his truth only underestimates his own proof. And so he will, who will also see how wrong and uncostly his upper craft has been. And he who will come unhoped unto this allows unholy and sin. And who has so willingly but unwittingly uttered his own endings, now then let us here so unanimously share that it is not hidden, and now how when hiding from our fear it is unbidden, and unwanted only to be unloved by his own undoings. Unequally in your own unerring by himself his death will ensue. Unequivocally in unrighteousness so by self sickens the slew, herefore hear more, see what it is. See what I am as I am. Therefore I am I, as said before. Hearken and inhale me, rest and sense me, open and feel me, empty and know me, love and love me, look and find me, hold and have me. I am me, and me is who I am. I am the center. I am as the one. I am the word. I am the light. I am the aeon. I am the double-edged sword called candor. Hearken, hearken here, draw close onto the heart. Let blind eyes look to the end. See the one which stands first before the bunch, and how easy it switches hands. By one course of action, the beginning becomes the complete, but by this simple movement, an earth falls down and is sure to succumb. Darkness calls, listen now, and look, hold fast these words into the mind. Tell ye deaf ears to tune in again. By one sense feeling his lightning overcomes all, and so repeat, though by tittle and toil one will note and clearly see that their mark is lying in the soil. Verily I tell one what is wanted to know, and I say to another the things needed to see. Truly unto others I give words beckoned to speak. I've waited for the last one, so this is the words that need to be heard at the peak. Verily how each search and ask, however though deny truth and fact. Why answer should I? For revealing your question that reminds the thoughtful that you deny, again why would I? So then let again be this final word. If I could guide smoothly the sharpness of this penetrating words into the hearts of earth, allow and have faith and trust in the unseen. Then wait patiently for revealed to be received as curiosity clears and all doubts fall away. Suddenly it will appear. By simple means it is shown the truth was hiding between lies unknown, but hidden no more, for having found what was for you to find, shows the knowing of truth, and only comes by having faith, and only by faith can the truth be received. And there is only one truth, and that truth is only of one word, only of one kind, of only one meaning, and being so, it is freely given, it can never be taken. And since it is of great abundance, there is plenty to go around. And because when the truth fell upon you, you knew it to be true, and now you know. What you also knew, and finally knowing the nature of truth, one discovers that being in a great and utter profoundness, that this so was because you gave way to your faith. Therein learning of the word, and while as this may be the first time you have witnessed it, it makes no difference from this time or that day for your forward moving, because knowing of truth, you will or can never not know of who is what known is to be by you. But know this, and I mean by any means know this, that you feel and you may need to know it is to become, and to know is to be new. To know is to be done. To know is to be you, and to know was without, but to know all within. So to know that below as so knows the above, so now know this or that feeling as it grows overwhelmingly reveals the simple and hidden truth in thereof. Oh, the all is the one, I am the one, I am and one am I, the true love in all which be I am. Love one and all as one. May you find this gift, and may you hold fast this treasure and its key, for the above mentioned is mentioned above the entire kingdom of earth, for the above method which is laid out onto this world is the method of which is all above, and all above is all was below. Faith and truth received, truth is love. So let love be given. Love thyself first, then, so ye be forgiven. Love thyself, then now a second time, this one for the one who was forgave. Find home in a heart and a place for yourself, whose soul is which you did save. To love the one who loves back is easy, but to the one that knows not this love, nor how to give it back, how easy will it be then for you? When love that was taken from you and is never paid back, and its heading twisted by those of living in fear, how easy will it be? Goodwill lift me up and declare this, that this discourse, and by this intercourse with well and good, let it be so declared. And so as much to intercede an old alien indoctrination's process, instead of introducing an intelligent and enlightened invocation, is such. For it was to be said, love thy brother, love thy neighbor, and love thine own enemy. But now this is said to be said for you to know. First, love thy brother. Verily I say, we are brothers. Who also has the same sister, and is yours too. And as we be, so we are. Now then, this brother or sister has been the bad brother or sister who, as for the most part, has been running your life, and for the majority has been the lead actor or actress in your show. The question inquired, who runs your show, by lessons taught, leads to understand that humans, 5% of their awarenesses of their own doings, while 95% either is unaware or not aware. Of also our own doings, it is not simple enough for you to see. To be an open mind which cultivates ways to be able to listen. The answer, ask of. Know becomes real. Ask not, know then becomes healing. Truly, the place you seek inside your heart awaits each gate's key, but the place you keep keeps you weak. So inside mind creates heads in misbelief. And fear not, and be not afraid. Love and courage is the way. For self unto atzmai kin ishad, by for as well as ego di met for all good and joy belong. From high forth, near I stay. This is called Aufklärung Alpha Kamsoa, enlightenment of the thief of the earth, or stealers of the lands. Even though we all came into a forced poverty, have courage, our kingdom is at hand. And although we all became light divided, have faith, our heaven is on high. Woe, usurpers and operators who have placed a child into these far preordained states of error. And woe, verily, these feudal placers, these imitators who follow their papal tales of topar and unjust report, divine fire of sea and air. And verily be open and clearly in one, people. I appear for those who open thee. I lack self in fear and clothe thyself to see. In the nature of this place hides so many truths, and in the unnatural sights of this place manifest many that are blinded. Under the cover of the maniacal lights our innocence dies, and Christ can be attained, even if buried in uttering darkness. Above the uncomforts of this life in the land, all of the living lies the birth of our dead children, born lost, into stock, a place of mediocrity, whenever it tastes of its fruits, starved of its seeds. Each child is bred and fed by their myrrh. Poisoned heads rise, child. Look high, look near, look here, look nigh, hear, see, eyes, listen, back, feel safe. El Tatnos is light in all heaven. El Rais is truth, sees the one. Israel is self, shows the way. Ta'umthan, then thine which is thine. Light, let love's light guide each safely. Let Dedal shine gentle truth's rays. Let Rauk breathe waves of lovingly. Let peace be freedom from civil disturbance. Let peace being a part of the whole holidam. Let eyes of one that sees truth remember. And let ears of the midst hear, so love forgiveness. El Tatnos, light in all anew. An apathetic fallacy. I know all loving couples should be love. I know all families in two should be one. I know all our souls are lost and should be with spirit. I know all my men and my women should be, so be told. I know all evil and darkness, it should be light. I know all before is after, and it should be for. I know all is all, and I know we should be all. This is a pathetic fallacy, their big lie. Here, our joy and praise unto enjoy. Children, go repudiate from worldly stress. For now Child, repent before your past reasons. Returning to pure love for obvious one reason. Be in purposeful lack of millstones and myriads, and become relieved of others' burdens. Repost it, these loads of lies. Release each soul with pureness so that they may be saved for my sake. These selfish beliefs and these sins we must not have, nor carry, nor want evermore. Authentic truth takes not ego back. Take back your words just once. Take back your actions. Be calm. Take back your courage. Beside always. Take back your inheritance, humanity. Take back your knowledge and remember me. Family, it is time to take back your power. Family, we are mighty. We are made to be here, right now, at this ever now. Family, we were all born to this place. We were designed and formed by this place. All of us are forced to follow an unnatural way of this place. However, brothers and sisters, we all can grow out of it, and we all can be made out our way out of this maze of this place and rejoice when so found. Family, bring feelings back to your hearts. Bring feelings back to your heart's mind. Bring correctiveness back to your mind's eye. Bring up yourself. Bring up your faith. Bring up your seed. Bring up your truth. Bring up your son. Bring up your daughter. Bring up your love. Bring up your anew. Bring up to strike down the old. Denounce the tiresome ways. Dissolve their taught beliefs. Detach from rulers, judges, leaders, and followers. Family, be not afraid of the fire that burns the flesh, but feel the burning truth that yearns within our souls. Family, be not scared of the water that drowns a body, rather heal the spirit's love rising above and pass over their drink. Family, unity calls for us to enjoin. Love calls gently, hear the quiet voice. Faith's compassion cries out for all of his witnesses and the unseen. Inhale truth's essence drawn in his beautiful fragrances. Brothers and sisters, depart from dreams and thoughts. Rise in mind and let feelings be your child's guide to help serve others. We must desire forgiveness for ourselves, from our own self, before we can become salvific. Family, commune towards bringing all intentions, wanting togetherness and helping those in need. This authority in division as well as covered devices must not be allowed to pass us by. It is our age to lift up this moment, and lift up your heads and lift up your arms and perk up your ears and raise up your eyes and pick up your feet. We are deserving, not their servants. We are living energy, not lesser beings. We are many souls, not just one spirit. We are a new strong, not one of us weak. We are wholly brave, not born as slaves. We are all sons and daughters, kings and queens. We are all part of creation, and we are more than that. That which was to be done, which was to be found, el tatnos, delight in all men anew. Do you not miss the simple things? Do you not remember? The pathway for the mortal man of the man immortal, celibacy, devotion, discrimination, observation, cultivation, developmentation, persistence, purification, abstainment, concentration, retrospection, reflection, restoration, de-energize, harmonize, purification, piety and divinity, heartfeltness. Stalking the pendulum, lack in love, follow the Antichrist. Denial and forgiveness, only being non-form. Error in faith is the believer of worldly beliefs. Wickedness in thought, as below runs the show. Pride and self-conceit, ego is non-objective. And this revelation reveals, ye loved, love be, children begat, divine birth, a king is born, temple baptized, the march of life, risk and reward, second chances, narrowed path, reason in mind, rest by faith, will's choice, heart's risen, soul rebirth, spirit renewed. And upon they have divided into 4 parts, and upon its choice is the garment, the coat, the vestures, and its raiments. And upon their choosing they released a murderer, and upon its choice did they cast lots. Shall your truth be within, without? Matthew 16:16. Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Matt 16:24. If any will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Shall your faith be without, within? John 15:10. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. John 16:27. For the Father himself loveth you, because he hath loved me, and he have faith and that I have came out from God. Shall your love be as below as above? John 16:20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. Mark 8:12. And he sighed dearly in his spirit, and saith, Why doeth this generation seek a sign? Verily I say, no sign shall be given. Shall your spirit and soul as above as below? Luke 12:3. Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in the closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and a wisdom, which all adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Shall your praise bring forth life? Mark 10:26. And they were astonished out of measure, saying amongst themselves, Who can then be saved? Mark 27. And Jesus, looking upon them, saith, With men it is impossible, but not with God, for with God all things are possible. Mark 10:15. Whoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child, he shall not enter therein. So be caught up in one's temple. Outside, middle, inside lines trap. Outline inward, and it is the possessions. Will rooftops of the one's houses lost ones existing in error? Go down into one's house in wantonness for my fragrance, the truth. Only it's out in the field or in the outhouse, loose lots, experience and terrors. Alone in the spirit is the first third, and be not turned back in sight. The unsaved soul, the second third, be not suckled by the child. All too late, the third, be not in the winter of the flight of choosing. And one more that I'm going to read, and this is hot off the press. This was written last night. 2 pages. There's no title because, like I said, it was just came out. For my twin cast fire amongst the earth, and he no longer has to wait for it to blaze. For his twin being present has lifted the fire onto beings, and now both watch as its truth causes false words. Upon the world to erupt into fires amongst the timid, and as well as the springs of sulfur do burn down the mimicry of the imitators' iniquity. So much so, infernos devour the evil ones and their falsities. As their foundations crack through the burning sand, their pillars of salt crumble into the sea of their own impiety. For humanity's sake, victors fall to the victor's voice. For the voice of the people is the voice of one, and of the one whole, and of the one in one. Where one voice cries out, the other one weeps for the others, until all have wept for justice, as one by one all of the children of light are free and allowed by their sovereign birth, that they no longer or nonetheless dwell in undesired darkness. For the dark days of men are eradicated. Their half-truth have been measured, and it has been found unequal by their own means. As for the dark light, as false as it is, it also has fake and has been discovered to be nothing but fairy dust, which by its own weight disintegrates into the idea of ever not knowing it even existed. And as for the bringers of hate and for the harbingers of fear, no longer nor any more do your castings and omens have residence among the people. For the voice of the people have spoke, and their light is the Lord and the King and the real forerunner of this newly placed illumination. Thank you. Good night. God bless all of you.